Alright guys, let's do this again. This is going to be your ingredients. We're going to start over here with the fungus. I'm showing you this kind of knife because this is really handy for, storage, all kinds of things. This is the fungus. We're going to start with this because I'm going to show you real quick here. I'm going to sit you up. Alright guys, you see this? This little bar right here, we're going to drop in here. We're going to add our hot water to it. Now you can do this with cold water too, but it just takes hours instead of just minutes. Okay, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to show you guys. This is the same thing. This is just sold in a different way. It's not pressed like this is. I like this for hiking, camping, going out on trips and stuff. Because it's so light, it's so easy, and all you do is add water, and you're going to see what it turns into. That's going to be way more than I'm going to need for my dinner tonight. But I'm going to use it anyway. Okay, we're going to go through the spices that we're going to be using. I'm going to show you up close so you guys get a good idea. And while we're doing this, I'm going to tell you about a system. If you guys are when you go to a Chinese store and you see a lot of the stuff, like this has it in English and in Chinese. But a lot of the items do not. Is what I do is I downloaded Google Translator. This is all the items that I'm putting in tonight. And on that Google Translator, you'll see where you put in English, and then the language that you want to switch to is Chinese. I think it'll either say Mandarin or Standard, something like that. And you put that in there, and then on the front of it, it shows you 3 different things. One of them is a camera. And if you take that camera and you hit that on your phone and you put it on top of here, it's going to translate the Chinese into English for you. Yep, this is the fungus we're using. This is the mushrooms right here. And I love these because they're same thing. They're dried, so they last forever, and they're good. And then this is, I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of this. But this is the dried bean curd. I have more in there. And I take it before I even put the hot water in it. I dump it. I do that. Now I'm going to dump this in here, but I want to show you guys over here. Because you've seen me just put this in there. Let's see here. It's only, ooh, yeah. See, it's already getting nice and big there. Way more than I'm going to need in there. But I need to put this in there so I can get it softening up. Put a little more hot water. You don't worry about extra water because you can dump it off. But I try to use this water when I add it to my wok for cooking, because anything you soak mushrooms or any of that in, you got a lot of nutrients in that water. So why not put it in the food you're going to be eating? Okay, and tonight we're going to do our, this is brain went blank for a second. Mint. Got to add a little mint to it. So I'm just going to throw this in. I tear it up a little bit because I already took the stems off. Leaves is all that's there. I throw that in there. This is my carrot tops that I had left from the other day. I'm going to be adding those to it. We're going to be doing our greens a little different tonight, because we're going to saute these in a liquid for quite a long period, longer than normal. So, and I've already washed this. So is what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do it a little different here. I'm going to pull these. Normally I just start slicing like that. But I want to I'm going to do all these that way, the long way. But I just wanted to get them off of there first so I can stack them. Okay, and then I take my mushrooms. You don't have to do this, but I do this, and especially with the buttons, they tend to seem to get kind of spongy. So now that I got them cut, I'm going to take my mushrooms and I'm going to add them to my water over here. It's not going to hurt them to be soaking a little extra long. Okay guys, I'm going to let that sit for about 10 minutes just to get those mushrooms and everything else. It's pretty much done, but I'm going to bring you in here before I pause it just to show you what's in there. I want to stir it a little bit. I'm going to bring you in there close so you can see what's going on in that bowl. That bowl's completely full. I mean, there's some water in there and stuff, but when it's drained off, it'll still be full, especially when I'm done here. Alright guys, I'll bring you back in about 10 minutes. Alright, while we're waiting on that, I might as well show you guys this little trick I do. This is a boneless pork chop. And I want to tenderize this, so it's wrapped in plastic. No mess. You're done. I mean, that's the only way to do it. Otherwise, you're going to have that pork fat flying everywhere. And same way with chicken, stuff like that. You don't want that stuff splattering all over your kitchen. Wrap it in a piece of plastic. And then beat the hell out of it. Alright, we'll be back in a couple. Alright guys, let's get this show on the road. It's ready, it's done, it's full. I mean, it's starting to heap over. Alright, let's go. You know, I'm going to use this oyster sauce in almost everything I do. So that's always going to be there. Now I'll change around my soys. This is a good premium. I was using the dark before. This is a different kind of, it's kind of like a wine. So it's a vinegar wine. So I'm changing up that for different flavors. I've already